Hi guys, it's Kasha. Welcome to the channel, welcome to my wonderland, and welcome to this coffee time. In this video, we're going to be reviewing what has been for me so far the best movies of 2017. And this video is based only in movies from 2017 that I have already watched, because there are many others that were released this year or that are going to be released that I know I'm gonna like, but I still have not got to watch them. So let's check some of my favorite movies from 2017 from the ones that I've watched so far. Let's start with a movie that I'm pretty sure everybody loved, which is Logan.
Make you hurt. I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Logan, you still have time.
This movie was one of the best Marvel movies ever, if not the best. The way the movie was done, the way the characters, suffered through the movie, I was suffering with them. It was a very sad movie that gave me closure with some of the characters, and it was very sad, but I absolutely loved the movie. It was on point, and the little girl that plays X-23, she's amazing, she's a great actress, and I would love to see a spin-off of her character. But this movie is amazing. If you have not watched it yet, the movie it's just a piece of art, and I love it so much. And I did buy the steelbook edition that has the black and white version of the movie as well, because for me it's one of the best movies of this year for sure. Then we have obviously It, because I went to the movies to watch it twice. And I don't go more because I don't want to abuse it, and I'm just waiting for my steelbook because I just need to watch it again. It was a pleasure to see a Stephen King story brought to life with so much love and so beautiful, so nicely edited. The characters were amazing. Pennywise was just awesome. And I really enjoyed the movie. I really loved it as a Stephen King fan since my teenage years. If you have not watched this movie and you like horror, I would totally recommend you to give it a try. And the next movie, it was not one of the best ever movies, but I enjoyed it so much, and I had so much fun watching it that I'm going to include it here, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
There are two types of beings in the universe. Those who dance and those who do not.
I get it, yes. I am a dancer, Gamora is not.
You just need to find a woman who is pathetic.
The movie was just funny, it was hilarious, but it was also on point, and there was some character development, and I just loved the story about Yondu, and I don't know, I just loved it so much. And let's not forget that David Hasselhoff was in this as well. It was for me like a round movie, it's the starting scene when they are kind of like moving in slow motion while Groot is going around this platform. It was so beautifully done. It was so amazing. Everything was working so well. It was the best scene of the movie. Like I loved it so much that the movie was already sold for me. The next movie that I really liked in 2017 is Alien Covenant. Not a lot of people are fans of Prometheus and Covenant, but I'm one of the people that like the movie, and I love the new cute little white aliens, and I love the face huggers, and I don't know, like, jokes aside about the super cute creatures that we get to see in the movie, I did love it. I love these movies that are kind of have this slow pace that kind of bring you to the action, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere and everything about the movie. So for me, it was one of the things that I was really excited about in 2017 and definitely did not disappoint me. Then we have Split.
My name's Hedwig.
How old are you?
9?
I've never seen a case like this before. 23 identities live in Kevin's body. Who are you?
Someone's coming for you.
Who's coming?
The Beast.
I went into this movie without knowing way too much about it, and let me tell you, it was kind of different. The way that James McAvoy acted in this movie, he deserves every kind of prize out there for actors. This guy was amazing. He plays this character that has a multiple personality kind of disorder, and the way they did the movie and the way they introduce you to everything, and the way he acts, and that end, boy, that was some trip. That was a great movie, and you know, I don't care what people say that didn't like the end. I loved it. If you have not watched the movie, give it a try. It's definitely different. It's a different type of kind of psychological terror, if you want to call it. It's kind of uncomfortable at times, but it's just on point. For me, I know that this movie might not be for everybody, but I really enjoyed going to watch Beauty and the Beast.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
One of the reasons is Beauty and the Beast from Disney was the very first movie that I ever watched in a cinema. So for me, it's always gonna have a very special place in my heart. Also, I love the fact that in this case, it's not the princess that needs to be saved, but it's the prince that needs to be saved. And Belle is this strong character that loves books, and she goes, you know, and kind of makes the Beast change. And that is kind of like, you know, I love these kind of stories more than the typical, oh my god, a prince, oh my god, he loves me, you know? I mean, I watched all the Disney movies and I kind of like them all in their own way because I do love Disney, but I love when they have these kind of like female characters that are not just obsessed about a boy. And the way they did this movie with Emma Watson and the new Beast, I definitely loved it. I was a little bit afraid and a skeptic at the beginning because, you know, making a Disney movie with live actors is sometimes complicated, but I really love the job that they did, and most of the movie is taken exactly from the Disney movie. Not everything, which is okay, you know, you can change things around and stuff. That's not a big deal, but I really did enjoy it. I think the casting was awesome. The guy that plays Gaston, he's perfect for that. Like, I really enjoyed it a lot, being a huge fan of the Disney movie, so for me it's one of the things that I was really expecting to see in 2017. Then we have the controversial Mother.
Stay! Here, stay!
All I'm trying to do is bring life into this house. Open the door to new people, new ideas.
I'm so sorry.
Get out of my house! Get out! You give and you give and you give. It's just never enough.
I have to say, I went into the movie without knowing much about it. I had only heard that it was supposed to be a metaphor about the Earth, the Mother Earth. That's why the word mother for the movie. And I didn't expect a horror movie per se, and I think that's why most people didn't like the movie, because everybody expected a kind of horror movie based on the trailer. So because my expectations were not specifically, okay, I'm gonna go and see a horror movie, I think that's why I went a little bit more open-minded to the movie. And I do understand why some people don't like this movie, because it's not an easy movie to take. However, like Jennifer Lawrence says, everybody's always asking for people to do different kind of movies, you know, to break the standards and do something totally different, and when someone goes and does it, then nobody likes it. And you know why I really like this movie? Because while I was watching it, I was thinking all the time about people's behaviors, the way we do things, the way we say things. Made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel like scared of the human race. It made me feel so many things. It was a roller coaster movie all the time, and you know, the way it ends is beautiful. I love the metaphor about Mother Earth, and I appreciate it so much, you know, the way they did it. The theme also of the false idols that is portrayed by Javier Bardem in this movie. I just loved it so much because it was different, and because it made me think, and because after I left the movie that day, after I left the theater, it was still in my head. It was still in my head 1 week after, 2 weeks after. I was still thinking about it, and that's also, in my opinion, what makes a really good movie. Alright, so we are down to the last 2 movies that I really loved in 2017, and one of them is obviously Blade Runner 2049.
They know you're here.
He's on your tail. I'm coming with you.
What's the plan?
We don't run. You do not know what pain is yet. You will learn.
I think this sequel to the first Blade Runner is awesome. It made total justice. It is visually amazing and pleasing, and the characters and the development. It is an awesome movie. I know not everybody is a fan of Blade Runner. The movie, it's different, you know, and the pace of the movie tends to be really slow, and I know a lot of people don't like this in movies, but I really enjoyed it for what it is, and I really enjoyed this second take on Blade Runner. I think they did totally justice to the first movie, and it was awesome to, you know, dive into that world again, and it's another chance, like Mother, to think about what we do and how that is going to influence humanity and where we're going to the future. And the last one that I decided to pick is The Bad Batch.
It's life. Life is the dream. The only dream. Costs a lot to be here. Costs you an arm and a leg.
Now, this is a Netflix movie, and I wanted to watch it because it was about cannibalism, which is kind of like an attractive theme, and also because Jason Momoa was in it, I'm not gonna lie, and I was kind of like intrigued about it because the looks were kind of like apocalyptic, kind of Mad Max kind of vibe thing, and I gave it a go and I absolutely enjoyed it. I love this movie because it starts really like raw, and then we move into a slow pace of character development and you know, reflecting about life and everything, and the different kind of characters that we meet through the movie, the survival thing. I loved it. I don't know, I think it's a round movie, and I really truly enjoyed it. And I don't know, maybe you want to give it a try if you like horror movies. It's not really horror, but it does have this kind of like cannibalism thing in it. It's basically a society where the people that are not good enough or considered not good enough are thrown away, and there are cannibals living out there, so they can basically just hunt you down and eat you. Some of the movies that I have not included in this list but that I still want to watch from 2017 are, for example, Get Out, It Comes at Night, John Wick 2, Baby Driver, and The Belko Experiment. I'm also going to mention now 2 movies that really disappointed me this year, and the first one is Dark Tower. I have actually refused to watch the movie because you just cannot do this. You cannot take like a bunch of books, like a series of books from Stephen King, which is The Dark Tower, put it into one movie, make it totally like Diet Coke, like take out all of the violence and gore and things from the books because it's supposed to be a family movie, turning the main character that is white into a black guy. And I'm not saying this because I'm racist, it's because there are some racism parts in the book that make sense only if the main character is white. So they basically butchered the whole story from Stephen King, and it just pissed me off a lot. And I didn't even went to watch it. Like, I've seen the trailer because sometimes they play it in the movies and I had no other choice than to watch it. But it is for me a super big disappointment, and it should have never even been made. And the other big disappointment for me is Ghost in the Shell, because I really liked the anime, and they've lost a lot of things from the anime. In the anime, the use of lights and colors have such a huge impact because they reflect feelings and they are so important for the movie. And the way they did things in the anime, it's just so amazing. And then they just went ahead and did kind of like this Hollywood version. And I know that the whole scenery, the whole CGI and everything is beautiful and everything in the new movie, but it's just not Ghost in the Shell. It's lost its whole spirit, the whole point of Ghost in the Shell. And I absolutely love Scarlett Johansson, but I don't think she was the better choice also to play the main character. To finish this video, I'm just going to mention the movie that I'm most anticipating until the end of the year, and I'm not gonna count Star Wars because everybody's excited about that one, but the most exciting one for me is going to be The Shape of Water, and that is the new movie from Guillermo del Toro. It is a movie based on an idea he had when he was a kid, and he was really obsessed with the creature of the Black Lagoon and the relationship, this kind of like love relationship between a creature and a human woman. And he brought, this kind of like water creature. It's not really the creature of the Black Lagoon, but this kind of like water creature, and he explores the relationship that he would have, this kind of love relationship with a human. And I've watched the trailers, and it's absolutely beautifully filmed. And if you notice in the trailer already, most of the colors are kind of like these browns and greens, especially lots of shades of green, which makes you feel all the time about water. And there's also rain, so there's all the time these kind of things that are making you think about water and keeps you underwater. And it's so beautiful, and the trailer is so amazing that I know it's going to be in my list of my favorite movies of 2017 after I watch it, and I am super excited. Alright you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which are your favorite movies from 2017 that were not mentioned in this video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. All my social media links are also down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next coffee time. Bye!